And we should officially be live. Yes, we should be officially live. Yes, yes. Let me wait till the sun comes out. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, yes, Aroma Crew, you know what time it is. When number one, welcome to the main show. Today, officially, we are live. We're going to be reviewing and we're going to be cooking, but we're going to be reviewing La Aroma de Cuba, mi amore. Amore, yes, mi amore, the Valentino size. And for all of you watching around the world, this is very much a little bit different than your normal format. Today, I'm going to start off by reviewing a beautiful stick. Look at this stick. For all of you watching, I'm going to say this for all of you. This company, I'm going to say, look at this. This is such a beautiful ashtray. La Aroma de Cuba. This is a beautiful, beautiful. You can get this online or you can get it at the stores. And it's just so beautiful. I had to put it on the stream today. It's ridiculous. They do come in different colors. They do have a couple colors. They have a white. And I also have, not only do I have a white, I also have, I believe, a black one. I don't know where the black one is. Oh, no, the black one's in Aston. Point them out is, these are beautiful presentations. If you ever get into the hobby, if you ever get into a hobby, get yourself a nice little ashtray. There's different colors on this. And for all of you watching, let's start by saying, so today, I'm going to be reviewing this. We're going to pair it up with a beautiful, yes, we're going to pair it up with something. I have a couple different whiskeys that I could put on here. Here's one. Here's a different one that I might pair up with, the Tin Cup 14. Also, let's move this out of the way. Here's another one that I might pair it up with. This one over here, boom. There's another one that I might pair it up with. We got a couple over here, three. Oof. I don't know if three's enough. Three's enough. Boom. Low proof is the new proof, right? And low proof is the new honcho in town. Maybe I'd put this, a nice low proof Evan Williams. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about putting a rye on the stream. But I think to do something for all of you, I kind of want to do something special. And to be special, you have to think out of the box. For all of you watching, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this stream, don't forget, comment down in the chat room. And also, don't forget to subscribe here in the corner. You can subscribe right down below for rewatching this stream. You can rewatch the stream and enjoy the stream on a daily basis. For all of you watching, over here, three little dots. You can hit the like button if you're tapping the phone or the computer. Tap. Good to see you, April, Neil in the chat room, Ira Soto. And for all of you, yes, we're going to be paired. Look at this beautiful thing. We're going to be paired. Look at this beautiful thing. We're going to be, everything's beautiful on here. The ashtray, beautiful yellow. Over here, the beautiful over here. There you go, everything's beautiful. But you know what? We got to think outside the box. Now, I'm going to say this. Boom, bing, bang, bing. Inexpensive. We got to put stuff out of the box. You understand? We're not here to mess around with expensive. Yeah, maybe we have one expensive, maybe another one, not too expensive. But we do have a bunch of expensive whiskeys that I could put on the show. I do put on what I think you should definitely buy, especially with a stick like this. Again, this is the start of the stream. And today, I will be cooking up some food. Yes, the barbecue's on, and oof, look at these fatties. I'm gonna cook up these Yes, I'm going to cook up these fatties for all of you. I'm going to show you the recipe that I'm using. I think you guys already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be using a little bit of that Thunder Longhorn, and I'm also going to shout out to Texas, and I'm also going to be doing a little bit of that cowboy butter. Yes, a little bit of mix. A little bit of mix. These are going to be the two. These are going to be the two that I'm going to be using on the pork. Don't forget to tune in for that one. It should be after I start lighting this puppy up. Anyways, point of matter is everything looks good. This is a beautiful presentation. I don't know which one to do first. Personally, I feel like it's Christmas. I feel like it's Christmas. I don't know which to do first. Now, I'm going to say it's ahead of time. This company, you can find it anywhere. You find it anywhere. La Aroma de Cuba. You can find this anywhere. Beautiful presentation. You can see over here it says Valentino. That's a size. That's a size, a Valentino size, right? That's what they call it. And for all of you, the wrapper is very nice. I'm gonna say it's ahead of time, just because I know about this. I know about this brand. It's a little bit sweet. The wrapper that they have on this, most of them. Now I haven't had. I'm gonna say this. I've had most of them. I don't even remember if I remember having this one. The point of the matter is, I've had a lot of different companies' cigars, and one thing that stands out to me in this company is always that it's always pretty sweet. This company does have a different amount of sizes, a different amount of releases. But the one thing they specialize in is inexpensive and quality. Maybe not too high quality, but it's decent, right? It's decent. It's decent. It's something that maybe a beginner would maybe get into, and maybe an enthusiast just likes to pick this up, because it's easy. It's a beautiful presentation. It pops. I made sure to put this on the stream. So look at this. What a mix. Oh, I put a perfume on, man. Oof, thing's hidden. That thing's hidden. All right, here we go. Let's start opening this bad boy up. Now, Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. We're number one. Okay, here we go. I just want to nose this out. Oof. Okay, let's cut this up. It's a thick boy, but it's not as thick as some of the cigars that I've had before. It's a good size, good size. Nice little cut. Beautiful, nice little cut. Very nice. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start lining up. Good to see ours. So to the chat room, she says, nice ashtray. I know there's a lot of people out here that are going to really like this ashtray. So it pops, it's yellow, it's beautiful. And I don't think that there's any bright color that's ugly. Pink, yellow, blue, most bright colors are really nice, especially if you're living in Miami. So far, so good. Still need to get this nice. And by the way, the neighbor hasn't came out yet. Yesterday she didn't come out. We didn't do a show. Let's see what happens. we go, baby. Here we go. I think we were really. I think we're almost lit up. We're almost lit up. Remember, it's a thick boy. It's a thick boy, so you want to make sure it's lit up properly. Okay, for all of you, you got to make sure it's lit up properly. Also, pro tip for all of you. Pro tip for all of you. You can do it like this, right? You can do it like this. That allows a little bit of airflow to go to the tip. Or you can start doing this, and after you're done, blow right here like this. Just blow to the tip. It should be ready to go. And now officially, we'll do our first puff. Before we do our first puff, I got to figure out what whiskey to have, okay? I can't put all these on the street. I want to do it one by one. I want to do it a little bit different, right? A little bit different, one by one. So let's take this out of the way. One by one. Let's do one by one. One by one. Let's see. Do I want to do Tin Cup or do I want to do Green River? You know, I want to start with Green River because I know this doesn't have, just ahead of time, I just want to say, I have a feeling most of the time, these are very, very, they tend to be a little bit sweet. So I want to add to it, and I'm going to be using, it puts over here. I'm going to be using Green River. This is the weeded bourbon, okay? This is the weeded bourbon. We're going to use this. So let's put this over here. Boom, bing, boom. Put this over here. Boom, bing, boom. And what are we going to, we're also going to put these, just so you guys know that we're going to be cooking soon. Okay, just so you know we're going to be cooking soon. We're going to put them over here. You can see the seasonings, right? Okay, first pairing, Green River. Here we go, first pairing, Green River. It's a good. Oof, I almost completely lost that one. Here we go. Here we go. All right, first thing is first. Let's start doing this. First puff. First puff is the virgin puff. Here we go. Let's see how this is. Oof. Tastes like rat poison. Oof. Oh. Tastes like rat poison. Oof. Just joking. Oof, first puff. I want to say first puff is I'm going to say, first puff is actually full of leather. It almost has like a leather shoebox. It's like a leather, ooh, it's a little bit salty, a little bit of leather. Ooh, maybe I wasn't too far off on poison. Ooh. So far, the first puff of this, I'm going to just say this. I don't like sweet. I just don't like sweet. So let's see. So far right now, we're going to have to tad this up a little bit. I'm going to say the only issue that I have sometimes with these La Aroma, the Cubas, is the construction. The construction I usually have issues with. For some of you that aren't into, if you're not into doing any of these or any sticks in general, construction is huge. If you have a good constructed cigar or stick, you don't have to go tatting it up. You see, it's already uneven, but that's only the beginning. What you should do is definitely let it catch up to itself, but it should be burning evenly, which is good. It's very big, very thick, and I'm gonna say I'm starting. That finishes so long. Wow. All right, here we go. Reaper Crew, let me just say this. Man. Valentino. That's a size. It's a little bit big, I'm going to say. It's a little bit big. That's what she said. It's a little bit big. It's a little bit big. But I still have, it has a little bit of a woody touch, a salty touch, a little bit of a leather shoebox touch. Oof, maybe not even the shoebox, leather shoebox. Yes. Like a leather shoebox. I don't know how to explain you what it tastes like to have a shoebox, but mentally think of what you smell. Usually, when you open up a leather shoebox, what you smell, think of what you smell. If you think of that, that's basically what you're really getting on here. A little bit of leather, a little bit of wood, a little bit of saltiness. So far, so good. So far, so good. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. You guys are amazing. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to Iris Soto and April holding it down in the chat room. Thank you so much. At the beginning of streams, we want to encourage a lot of ladies to be part of the streams. Here we go. I'm gonna say, I do get a little bit of white pepper, but don't think it's too much. Just a little tad bit of white pepper. Now, any other cigar, I'm going to say this: La Aroma de Cuba. They aren't a company that is strictly going to be. Most of the ones that I've had, they don't have a lot of. They don't have a lot of pepper bite. They don't have a lot of spices. And so don't expect, if you ever buy any of La Aroma de Cuba, don't expect them to have that full spice that Arturo Fuente sticks would have. I don't think that this would be having like something like the full-blown, pepper bomb or the spices of real Cuban cigars. I'm going to say, just because it says Cuba, look at this beautiful thing. Just because it says Cuba doesn't mean it's from Cuba. It's a beautiful presentation, beautiful ashtray. Here we go. Let's try this out. So far, basic. Nothing crazy stands out to me. Again, this is a stick that's not too expensive. Nothing stands out to me really right now. I'm gonna say this off the rip. We're gonna have to pair this now. We're gonna start to pair this with Green River, the weeded bourbon. And here we go. Let's just nose this out. I haven't had this in a long time, so oof. It's right here. The new thing that I'm really liking recently. It's getting hot out here in Miami. The new thing that I'm really getting into is inexpensive. I'm talking about. I have a ton of inexpensive. I like to show anything I like, right? But this over here is something that I kind of wanted to show, and the reason why I want to show it because I do know that this is not going to have cinnamon. There's no way. There's no way it's going to have cinnamon. I know some of the notes, and I just wanted to find. I wanted to find out about putting a little bit of vanilla on here. I do know that there's a yellow one, which La Aroma de Cuba has a yellow banded one, which is real beautiful. I believe last time I had that one of my favorites, a yellow banded one, and I believe that one does have vanilla in it. Has vanilla. Last I remember, it has vanilla, almost like a maple syrup kind of a taste to it, and it has a little bit of a chocolate notes. But this one right now so far, we're a little bit in. It's pretty basic, a little bit salty, which gives it some character. It does give it some character, that saltiness. And now that I'm going to say we're going to be cooking, it does really give it. So here we go. Let's try this out. Let's mix it up with a good whiskey. Reason why I'm picking this one is because it's low proof, 45% ABV. So here we go, let's try it out. The pairing is nice. It actually makes this. It actually makes this cigar taste a little bit funky. Usually on the wheated bourbons, there's a tad bit of a funk sometimes on the wheated bourbons, and there's nothing. I'm not trying to bash this company, Green River. Ooh, Green River. Sometimes when you have, sometimes we have certain companies out there. Every company has a certain kind of a dookie stain. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Every company has a certain kind of a dookie stain. What does that mean? Every company has something that maybe not everybody likes. There's something about Green River that has almost like a certain kind of weird kind of not weird, but it's a very uncommon to have a bourbon that has that certain taste. This usually has, most of the Green Rivers have like almost like a minty kind of a taste, but this one has a funky little note, just a little funky note that it does back up. It does back up the most of the notes that you're getting. A little bit of fruity notes on here. You do taste that oak on here. It's really nice, but you can always say it's usually it comes down to the whatever water supply that they're using. If they're using a dirty, nasty water supply, they got to filter it out. They put it in the whiskey barrels, right? Eventually they age them. But the problem is they're still using the water by them. And sometimes that does create a certain kind of a flavor profile on certain whiskey brands. And not whiskey brands, but just in general, the distilleries. And that goes the same thing with sticks. It doesn't mean that every stick that comes from a company is going to taste the same. But there's every year is going to be a different type of a heat. The plants get a different kind of weather. Not only that, but sometimes there's plants that they harvest to get the leaves that are a little bit higher, right? Higher in the mountain. Some aren't so high in the mountain, some are a little bit lower. And it's just what it is. Most of the time, every company has a certain taste, and we could say it like this. La Aroma de Cuba has a good, sweet little taste, but I'm going to say, I don't always go around going, you know what, let me have La Aroma de Cuba. It's a decent little stick. Well, it's not a decent little stick, it's a big stick. So far right now, I am getting like it came off. Now that's not a good. It's not a good sign. If it just comes off like that, it's not a good sign. But either way, it did come off. Construction on here and most of these, I don't think that they're very good. I don't think that they're very good. But you're not paying too much. You're not paying too much. I think this one is a give or take. I don't even remember how much I paid. Should be about $10. It should be about $10. And I'm gonna say if you're paying about $10, I will say if you're paying about $10, I think you should enjoy a certain stick, right? And so far, I think I am. I think I'm enjoying this a little bit. I can't say it's the best stick I've ever had in my life, obviously. Mi amore, mi amor. Still getting that saltiness. So far, I'm also getting a little bit of almost there. You know what it reminds me of? Ooh, I just thought of something good. It reminds me of something. I'll tell you right now exactly what it reminds me of. Exactly what it reminds me of. But before I do that, let me drink the rest of this. Oh, got little babies. They got little babies. Where them little babies at? Got them little babies. Anyways, what I'm gonna say? What was I gonna say? Here we go. Wow. It's getting a little bit better. Getting a little bit better, but you still have those notes. Still have those notes that I'm saying. It's strictly there. I'm going to say what I want to say. Now it's officially the time that I want to say it. I feel like I'm literally I feel like I'm literally chewing. I feel like I'm literally chewing a certain kind of a nut. Let me see what kind of nut it is. It's definitely not hazelnut. It's not hazelnut. It's not almonds. This is literally a salted. This is a salted cashew. That's what it is. A salted cashew mixed up in with a little bit of leather. Salted cashew mixed up with a little bit of leather, a little bit of woody notes. And the pairing on here gives it a good extra note on here. I'm gonna say this: it's a decent cigar. It's nothing out of this world. Okay, let's repeat after me. Nothing out of this world. We're still just a little bit in. I tell you how it changes up. The drink is up. With this whiskey, is pretty good. Good pairing, good pairing. A little bit different, but very good pairing. Very good pairing. Very great pairing. We're gonna take this off the screen because, well, I want to go pair it up with something else. Now, wanted to take out some of my inexpensive bottles, right? If you think it's inexpensive to me, well, to me that's pretty inexpensive. Under $100. I think under $100. I think that's inexpensive. Under $100. Here we go. Let's drink this up. So let me show you the other whiskey we're gonna have. Nice, beautiful. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure. High West, High Country, American Single Malt, limited supply. We're gonna pour this up. And before we pour it up, don't forget to clean up your glass. Clean your glass a little bit. Here we go. Beautiful. High West, yes. Now this one you could probably find at probably your mom and pop shops. These are a little bit hard to find. A little bit hard to find. I haven't had this one in a long time. I wanted to pair up this stick with something different. I didn't want to show you some things that you guys often see. I wanted to do a little bit different, so I'm going to make sure. Beautiful stick so far. It's a nice thick stick, nice. Now, is this something that you want? Let me explain to you. If you officially like a little bit of leather, if you like a little bit of leather, you like a little bit of salted cashew, that's because that's what I'm tasting. It's like I'm chewing this. It's like I'm chewing a salted cashew. If you like that, you like a little bit of sweetness, you like a little bit of woody. It's very woody on here. It's very woody on here. Most of that, from the beginning of the stick to where I'm at right now, I'm getting a lot of that. And you're also getting, there's a little flavor on here that it's just trying to figure out really what it is. It's not, I don't think it's coffee. Maybe it is coffee. We'll see if we get in the middle. I don't think it's coffee. It could be coffee. It could be chocolate. I'm going to see. So far right now, I'm going to say it's leaning more towards. It's leaning more towards. It's leaning more towards. It depends on the chocolate, I guess you can have, right? If you're having a dark chocolate, I guess it leans more towards a dark chocolate, but it also leans more towards also like a nice roasted coffee. Nice roasted coffee. Like an espresso coffee. Like an espresso coffee. It's leaning more towards it. But again, we're not even halfway, right? Okay, so now we're going to do that. We're going to pair this up. We're going to pair this up with this whiskey, High West, High West. They do have a lot of stuff that I don't recommend. There's a lot of whiskeys at High West that I don't recommend. I'm going to say, I'm going to be honest with all of you. We're transparent on here, unlike other channels. I buy these whiskeys and I drink them. I honestly going to say High West doesn't have a lot of stuff that I would recommend you all. Let's drink this up. Cheers, cheers to all of you. Cheers to chat room. That's a good pairing. That's a really good pairing. It's actually a better pairing than. That's a better pairing than the last whiskey. Oh, now I'm starting to think I should go into Scotch. Bring out a Scotch. Now you guys saw the Scotch I was going to put out. This is a really, really good pairing with a whiskey. Really, really good. Reason why I say it's really good is because most of the time, American single malts have a certain citrus on them. And you do find that citrus on this bad boy. You find the citrus on here, and it's good for a hot summer day. It adds up to this. It adds good with this. So far, this whiskey with that pairing, with this pairing, is really fantastic. That other whiskey we had was good, but this one's actually a little bit better. A little bit better pairing, this one. What this lacks? It lacks a little bit more flavor. It lacks a little bit more flavor, personally to me. That's my personal opinion. You guys know when opinions come, they come down to what you like. Not everybody likes. Not everybody likes. Okay, let me say this. Not everybody likes leather. Not everybody likes cashews. And not everybody likes super, super woody notes with a tad little bit of. I'm going to say this right now. Would I ever recommend this stick to you? Only time I'm going to tell you that is when we take off the band. When I start taking off the band, that's when I really tell you. Once I start taking, oh, look at this, it start to crack here. Now that's not good. Again, construction on these bad boys, you're paying the price. It's not top dollar you're paying for these. They're beautiful though. The paint is so beautiful. You're not paying top dollar for this, so don't expect this to be like a Monte Cristo. Don't expect this to be like a H. Upman. Don't expect this to be like an expensive Arturo Fuentes. Don't expect this to be like anything like out of this world. But you have a stick. That's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, that's all that matters. As long as you have a stick. As long as you have a stick. Here we go. Okay, so far this pairing is really good. Here we go. Wow, really, really good pairing. Okay, now we have that pairing going. That's a good pairing. Oof, that's a good pairing. Wow, that's a good pairing. Now that we have that pairing, let's start doing some cooking, right? So we're gonna put this over here. Look how beautiful that looks. It looks beautiful. Let's start doing some cooking. Let's start doing some cooking. We could keep this on here just in case I need it. We're gonna keep this over here. Ashtray, you gotta get a good ashtray. For some of you, if you don't have an ashtray, You got nothing, my friends. You got nothing. That's like showing up to a hockey game. That's like showing up to the hockey game without a puck. You understand? I think you understand. You can't show up to a hockey game without a puck. How you gonna play the game? Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this over here. Boom, we're gonna do this. Beautiful. Very nice. We're gonna do 2 thick pieces of pork chops. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm gonna do. But before I show you what exactly I'm gonna do, I just wanna give a huge shout out. Want to give a huge shout out to Who Dat. Who Dat, who Dat, who Dat. She said $200 on the last stream. Huge shout out to Who Dat. She sent $200 on the last stream. Huge shout out to her. And for any of you that send super chats, remember that's really the way to ask me questions. If you have any questions to ask me on the show, it doesn't matter what kind of question. It could be a dumb question. Whatever kind of question you have, good question, bad question, or any kind of appreciation you want to send on the show, you're welcome to send it. Once you send it, I will be reading it. And that's how it is for anybody watching around the world. That's how we roll out here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make sure to take one more puff here. By the way, these are bad. The construction is so bad. Look at that. Look at that. Pretty bad. Anyways, I'm gonna tip the edge. Bang. There we go. Let's put this over here. Good. Let me just say this because Bomb loves whiskey. Bomb loves whiskey says excellent cigar. Shout out to Bomb loves whiskey. I'm gonna say it's an average cigar. Don't go out of the way to find one of these to buy it. So far, it's an average cigar. Personally, this might be the worst cigar I've had all year. Personally, here we go. But is it decent? It's decent. Don't let me stop you from buying this. It's decent, but it's not the best or anything close to the best. I'm gonna say I still taste that almost cashew. It's a cashew, salted cashew is what I'm tasting. And personally, I love cashews. I love cashews, salted cashews. Oof. They are expensive. Salted cashews are very expensive. Very, very expensive, man. Let me say hello to my elephant. Yes. There we go. I'm going to say hello to my elephant. Ooh, he said hello. Anyways, I'm still blown away how I'm already halfway. I'm halfway on this stick, yeah? Halfway on this stick. Okay, let's drink this up. For all of you watching, let's drink this up. I think somebody said that cigar sucks. You know what? If I say it's decent, that means it's It's acceptable. You could buy this. You could enjoy it. Now it's not the best. It's not the best. I'm gonna say it's not the best. If it was really bad, it'd be like Gurkha. We're gonna start doing bad cigars soon. But I'm gonna say this: it doesn't come close to like something you guys can get. Okay, it doesn't come close to like something you could get. Like if even this. This is one you can easily get, okay? This is the H Upman, right? H Upman. Small little stick, right? Little small little 44 by 5.5, right? Little small little tan little thing. This itself right here is obviously it's a good one, right? It's a good one. That is just decent. So you kind of have an idea of what I think of my price range of my opinions. This is a good one. It's a good one. This is decent. One thing I like about La Aroma de Cuba, they have a lot of accessories. A ton of accessories. Now, who is this for? Who's this stick for? This stick is for a newbie, maybe a whiskey enthusiast. If you're a whiskey enthusiast and you want something, maybe something to compliment you a little bit, right? Something to compliment you for a little bit. Maybe give you a little bit extra note, like leather. This is all really personally. This is all it has. It has like leather, white pepper, and then cashew salty note. At the beginning, usually it's going to be a little bit sweet on these. I don't find any sweetness anymore now. It's getting a little bit like if I'm having an espresso. That's what it is. Espresso. That's what reminds me of espresso. Like a little bit of espresso, a roasted nice little beautiful bean, coffee bean, right? Nothing out of this world, but it's still a stick that the company made for everybody. Still a stick that the company. Now I want to add this. Let's add this. This is a great pairing. Anything that has citrus currently right now, oof. If you use anything that has citrus, maybe I'm not going to use, what is this, 43% ABV. Maybe I'm not going to use that. Maybe I'm going to use, you know what, I want to use this. Here, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use an American whiskey. Now, they're both American. All three of them American that we had. All four of the whiskeys we had were American. All four. What I mean is, this is a little bit, what's the word that I can use for this? This is an American whiskey made in America. Let's move this. Let's pop this open. Now, I did burn myself. I tend to burn myself off. I did burn myself earlier, you can tell. I think I burned myself over here too. A little bit of burn, no big deal. That's what happens when you got a grill. I burned myself. The grill's on currently. The grill's on. Okay, so Now we're gonna pair it up with. We're gonna pair this beautiful looking stick. I'm gonna say beautiful looking stick. Don't put my words too hard together. It's a beautiful looking band and a beautiful looking stick. Doesn't mean it's amazing, okay? I'll be honest with all of you. This is decent. It is decent. It's decent. Nothing crazy. Still get the same notes. So far, the construction is horrible. Horrendous construction. Okay, we're gonna start putting something on here on these pieces. We're gonna start seasoning them. And before we season it, let's take a good pour. Cheers to every one of you in the chat room, and cheers to Reaper Crew. Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. We're number one. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. And here we go. Tin Cup 14. Ooh. That Tin Cup 14 is so good. That is good. That with its that with that stick, ridiculous. Let's put a little bit of olive oil. Don't drink this olive oil, okay? Don't drink this olive oil. You don't want to become like Shaq. Shaq they had to put the porta potty next to Shaquille O'Neal. Beautiful. Let's season these puppies up. Let's season these puppies up. Double meat. Oof. Double meat. Maybe I used the wrong word. Double meat. Did I use the wrong word? Maybe I did. I used the wrong word. Oof. Have you guys seen Trump lately? Oof. He can't take it anymore. He can't take it, Trump. Trump can't take it. Shout out to Donald Trump. Those tariffs are no joke. Can't take it. China's saying to Trump, we didn't hear from you. We didn't talk to you. Quit lying. Quit lying, Trump. I don't know what to believe. All I know is that it's really been a nightmare when it comes to the markets. Okay, let's turn this around. Ooh, we got a little bit of plastic. Let's take that plastic off that bad boy. Dang. These things are real ridiculous. Ridiculous. Big boys. Lord have mercy. All right, for all of you, let's get that band. Here we go. Real nice. Real nice. It's simple. It's super simple, this. Nothing crazy. But this is going to be where it gets good. Here we go. That whiskey. Let me repeat again. That whiskey, the one thing it lacks is everything that this stick has. Wow. The one thing that this whiskey lacks is everything that this stick has. This stick has that saltiness. This stick has that, not only that saltiness, this stick has that saltiness. This stick has a leather. I like leather. I like leather in my whiskey. This doesn't have no leather, right? A little bit of a white pepper. And I'm getting a little bit of, now I can officially say what it is. I'm getting a little bit of like Colombian dark chocolate. Either Colombian dark chocolate. It's Colombian dark chocolate is like really bitter, really bitter. I don't know if any of you have ever had Colombian dark chocolate. I'm not Colombian, but I know I know a lot of girlfriends of mine have gave me a piece of their dark chocolate, and most of the time it's just bitter. I don't like it, but it's still a little bit bitter. So if any of you ever date a Colombian woman, be careful. Colombian women are crazy. Unless you're a crazy dude, never date a Colombian woman. They're crazy. You're better off being with the Argentinian. Oof. That's a horrible stand right there. Here we go, let's drink this up. Let's season this. I'm going to put this on here. The reason why I'm using this is because I want this to have a little bit of chili and a little bit of dill. I want this, I'm not going to put a lot of this. This is Kinder's Cowboy Butter. I wouldn't prefer any of you to just use this on these beautiful pork chops. I don't recommend you, personally, I don't recommend you to put this just by itself on these pork chops. I'll be honest with all of you. If you're using it for maybe, you could use it for vegetables, you could use it for chicken, for meats. But when it comes to pork, it says here pork. That's fine. It doesn't matter. I know my palate of what I want my pork chop to taste like, and I'm using this because it has a little bit of Dijon. It has a little bit of Dijon. Has a little bit of chili. Here we go. April Neal in the channel. We're going to see Matt. We had Matt earlier. I think I saw him. Matt. Good to see Matt. And also, who else? Bob Loves Whiskey. Remember, get that membership if you haven't. I was going to do a membership stream today, but I was so busy. Here we go. I was going to do a double stream for all of you. You're going to get probably one double stream this week, or maybe two, maybe every day. We'll see. Tomorrow, probably, we're going to do a members only stream, so tune in. Get real thick. Get real thick on that. Oof. Get real big on that. Get real big on that. Here we go. Real big hit. Real big hit. It's a beautiful hit. Oof. You can smell that seasoning. Oof. You can smell that seasoning from a mile away. Real nice, real nice. You can smell that seasoning. I'm gonna say this for all of you. This is a big, thick piece of meat. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how big and thick it is. Before I show you, good to see. Good to see some of the other members that are in the chat room. Andrew, good to see Andrew, one of our members. Joe Waters, one of our members. Here we go. Let's cut this out. Remember, there's not a good stick to hang around with the ash right on the tip, right? It's not constructed very well. It's time to take off that band. We're gonna have to take off the band. Let's take off the band. What a bad stick. Look at this. Look at what a bad stick. Come on. This is when you know it's horrendous. You see the band just came off. When I took off the band, it pulled most of the wrapper. I'm gonna say this. This is why I said it's decent. It's not really what you think it is. I want to make sure to save you guys money, if anything. But I'm gonna say this. Ooh, look, I burned myself in my hand too. I'm gonna say this: if you don't know about sticks, if you don't know how about cigars, you don't know nothing. And if anybody buys this, or if you buy this, you could buy You can buy it at the store. You can buy it at the store. But if you do buy this, if you do buy this stick, you have to be really a newbie, or you have to be an enthusiast, a whiskey enthusiast. Now, how is this good with your by itself? I personally don't think it's good with coffee. I personally would recommend to have it with whiskey. You can have it with whiskey. You can have it with a little bit of rum, whiskey. But if you do pick a whiskey, pick something that complements those leather notes, those cashew salty notes that I'm getting, and almost that coffee or that almost that bitter chocolate. It goes with this whiskey. I'll tell you that right now. It goes with this whiskey. I don't have any more left. Oof. Real good. 10 cup 14. This is why you have to have an arsenal of whiskey. This is the beauty of having an arsenal of whiskey. Am I gonna put it in expensive? You know what? I just came out of that 14. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put a real man. Real man. We're a real man. We're gonna step it up. We're gonna step it up. We're going to put a real man whiskey, yes. Ladies, be careful, ladies. Testosterone levels to the roof. Okay, we're going to put a real man whiskey. Bing bang, bing bang. Real man whiskey. We're going to put this real man whiskey, right? Manly whiskey. Manly whiskey. I'm going to tell you if it's good with this. Manly whiskey. Okay? And let's pour some water in here. Let's pour some water in here. Now, I'm going to start reviewing bad cigars too, bad sticks. So don't expect everything is going to be amazing. This is not amazing, obviously. It's beautiful. It's nice. It complements your whiskeys. Here we go. April Neal says, okay, good to see Sheena in the chat room, one of our members. Here we go. The Dalmore. How much is this? About 200 bucks, 180. If you find this for 150 bucks, buy it. Here we go. Beauty. Now, why is it that I have so many whiskeys? Come on, baby. I'm the whiskey reaper. I gotta have everything. I have so many whiskeys. I have literally the whole store. But when it comes to scotch, I do pick out the scotch that I like. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to show you on these streams. A ton of stuff that I want to show you. A ton of scotch that I don't want to show you. It's embarrassing. Here we go. Let's drink this up. You see, this is where it compliments. Here we go. This is where it compliments. It complements very well. So far in the stream, there's two that have been perfect. Over here, High West, High Country, American Single Malts has been an amazing pairing with this stick. What the stick lacks, a little bit of citrus. It lacks a little bit of fruity notes. This has a citrus. It almost has like a lemon citrus on here. It complements that stick really good. On this one over here, shout outs to all of you. Huge shout outs to all of you in the chat room. Now this one, you know, the people that don't buy this, they're missing out. This is one of the best the new thing to me is low proof whiskey. Low proof whiskey is a new thing for me. Sometimes I like high proof whiskey December, November, October, January, February, I like, high proof whiskey. Or when it starts getting hot, I like low proof whiskey. This one's sitting, this proofing on here is 42% ABV, which is times two, it's 84%. This is really good. The pairing with that stick, it's amazing. So far, poof. So far, that 14 is no joke. And now we're getting to this. This is the Amor, the cigar malt. Yes, the cigar malt. One of my favorite Amor. I think this is probably my favorite out of all of them. My favorite out of all of them. Why is it my favorite? Because it's just such a cool color. You guys don't like the color red. It's such a cool color. It's such a good flavor. You get everything on here, honestly. You get everything on here. Anything you want in a Scotch whiskey, you get it on here. And it goes really good. It goes really good with the stick. Even though the stick is not insane, it's not insanely good, but it goes and it matches it pretty good. It matches it pretty good. Now, there's a little bit of wind down here, so what I'm going to do is I have to light that up so the construction is a little bit better. Get yourself a little torch. You guys don't have a bunch. I got a bunch of lighters. Recently, the best lighter is usually the new lighter. The new girlfriend's usually the best girlfriend. Yes, the new car is usually the best car. That's what it is. I'm gonna be honest with all of you. You guys know what it is. We're cool. You know what time it is. We're number one. The new barbecue is the best barbecue. The new things are usually the best. And I'm just gonna say this. How much does this cost? Some of my lighters that I have inside are expensive. $50, $100, $50, $60 inside, $20. This thing costing me $7. $7. Can you believe that? $7, man. It doesn't. You don't have to. You don't have to buy a $200 stick to feel amazing. $7 is all it takes, right? It's all it takes for some men. Well, some men like me, yeah. Some men like me. Over here, who that? Shout out to who that for my ranches and my Reaper peeps. Thank you for the prayers and well wishes. Reaper Crew, we're number one. Thank you so much, who that, for the $20 super chat on the stream. Huge shout outs. Big shout outs to huge and big shout outs to Who Dat. Who Dat has been in the last 2 days supporting us so hard. I really appreciate it, Who Dat. Thank you so much, Who Dat, for always being here and always appreciating. Huge shout outs to Who Dat. Who Dat sent a good support the other day. I think it was Wednesday. She sent a good support, like $200. Huge support. Who Dat? Huge support, and that's what we need. We need all the support that I need, right? It takes. These streams aren't easy. I try to stream every day. These streams aren't easy, right? Who Dat? Shout outs to Who Dat. Shout outs to Who Dat. So here we go. Let's do this. Somebody said, is this Stag Jr.? Yes, it is. This is Stag Jr. This is the brand new Stag Jr. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're going to start seasoning the rest of this. I'm going to make sure that I think I put something in my, I got to start up my, wait a minute. Okay, who that? So here we go. Is what I'm doing on this. Here we go. Who that? Kinders. A little bit, just a tad bit. Okay. A little sprinkle. Little sprinkle. I don't want to overload it with the cowboy butter. Just a lot bit. I'm gonna taste it usually. Reason why I'm using it is because it has Dijon. Dijon has a little bit of chili, and I want to use it because of that. I'm not gonna be putting a lot because most of the flavor is gonna come from this. Okay, most of the flavor is gonna come from this. Here we go. Nice, beautiful. Get a healthy dosage over here, okay? Get a healthy dosage. Healthy dosage. Little healthy dosage. I'm gonna say this. We have a member in the chat room. Member. We had a member in the chat room. Chill out. Oof. Hey, go. Trump says. Chill out. Chill out. We got a member of the chat room. Chill out. Chill out. We got a member of the chat room. Just chill out. Donald Trump says, chill out. Be a man. Be a man. Just chill out. Just chill out. Anyways, here we go. Too much emotions. Too much emotions. Here we go. Clean it up over here. There you go. Let's drink this up. Look, there's no crying in the chat room, just so you know. I know we have people on here. There's no crying in the chat room. Okay, please, okay? No crying. This boy over here says, no crying, please. No crying in the chat room. Say this again. No crying in the chat room, okay? Shout out to JD Vance. You should have said, please. Did you say thank you once? In this meeting, did you say thank you once? Over here, I'm just going to say for all of you, shout out to our president, shout out to all of you. We got to feed the old super chat room, should it's all super chat over here. Over here for the old super chat for my Joe. Who that? Joe needs to stop crying. Okay, this is an adult show. Thank you so much, Who that, with a $50 super chat. This is an adult show for all of you watching. If you're watching right now, you're looking at the chat room, it's okay. There's a lot of people that are adults that don't look at the chat room. I understand. I've been getting, for the past, I'm going to say like 6 months or something, there's a huge portion of people that watch that don't like to comment because they're intimidated. And I don't understand why they're intimidated, but I understand that some people have been reaching out to me. I get a bunch of messages. I don't respond to all of them. Only messages I tend to respond to are my ranches. If you're a ranch, or if you have a membership and you just support a stream, I do respond to you on Instagram. But I'm going to say this. There's been a load of people in the last like 6 months that have been reaching out to me saying that my ranchers control the chat room. And yes, they do. They do control the chat room. I give my ranchers all the control possible in the chat room. They're the mods. But one thing that we don't accept down here, I'm going to say this. One thing that we don't accept, okay, if you're smoking a cigar, if you're drinking whiskey, if you're cooking up meat, one thing we don't accept is crybabies. Here we go. Let's smoke this up. And I'm pretty sure that all of you that have ranches, most of you cry on your own time. That's fine. I'm going to say this. Huge prayers to Who Dat. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what's going on in the chat room. But I'm going to say this. A huge support always comes from Who Dat. She is one of our great ranches. We have April, Ira Soto, huge ranch in this chat room, right? Huge ranch in this chat room. But for the men, this is a this is a big wake-up call. If you got your goddamn ranch taken away, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not really sorry. This is a real channel. We don't respect anybody out here, any men out here crying. Here we go, let's drink this up. And that's that. Anyways, point of the matter is, now I'm talking about men. Gentlemen, you like your meat thick? Ladies like it thick. You got to make sure that the sides are nice and cleaned up. Oof. I'm going to say this. You got to be careful with the bone. If you go deep into that bone too hard, look at the thickness on this bad boy. If you go into that bone, you see the bone over here, be careful. I know who that hates it when I eat pork. Shout out to who that. Okay? I'm going to say this. I know who that has been telling me not to eat pork. I don't eat pork every day. I only eat pork when it's on sale. If it's a good piece of pork, oof, who that? I eat it up. If you ever come, if you ever come to Miami and you want to eat a good meal, in Miami, there's people called Cuban people, right? The Cuban people, the best thing that they make, not all of them. They don't all make the best, but most of them. 80% of them. Now, if you come to Miami and you have a Colombian cooking you pork, don't eat it. If you got a Ecuadorian cooking you pork, do not eat it. If you come to Miami and a Honduran man or a Honduran woman cooks you pork, do not eat it. If a Colombian or Argentinian cooks you some pork, don't eat that. Don't eat that. They don't know how to cook pork. You know who knows how to cook pork? An American and a Cuban American, right? An American and a Cuban American. Let's say it like that. An American and a Cuban American. That's just what it is. Straight up. I have to be honest. If I ain't honest, then what the heck? I gotta be honest out here. If you come to Miami, who that? The only people you should allow you to feed you any pork. There's a thing called, in Miami, this is for some of you. There's a thing called vaca frita. Okay, vaca frita. Some of you know what it is. Some of you don't know what it is. Vaca frita is, it's shredded pork. Shredded pork. And vaca frita it's honestly one of the best dishes that you can get in Miami. It's really good. If I go to like a Spanish restaurant here in Miami, I go to like Latin America or some of these Spanish places. I either order a vaca frita chicken or vaca frita pork. Oof. If you get the pork, oof. Insane good. Insane good. I'm going to do this one time for all of you. I want to look at the chat real hard. Our Ripper Crew, you know what time it is? We're number one. Shout out to Andrew in the chat room. Shout outs to Matt. You see, we need men that are straight edge. We need men to have fun time. Know what it is, right? We let the ladies do the drama. The ladies can do the drama all they want to, but men shouldn't really do drama, right? There's men that do drama. You go to the fragrance community, they do drama. Here, let's drink this up. Okay, here we go. officially, I'm going to put another whiskey on here. So we just had this one. Real good. So for any of you men that are watching, hope you took note. Hope you took note. Any of you men that are watching, I know there's a lot of men that are watching. They're watching because they love these streams. And I enjoy that you guys rewatch it on a weekday. If you guys are working on a weekday and you're watching this stream, have something to watch while you're working. Maybe you're selling cars, right? You gotta wait to be in line. Maybe you're in the office, right? Maybe you're a lawyer, right? Maybe you're officially just taking some time off and eating lunch, and you're trying to figure out what to eat, what to buy. One of the best things about being a man, I don't know about being a woman. I'm not a woman. One thing about being a man, this is for all the men out here. I don't know about the crybabies out here. I don't know about the crybabies. I don't know about the crybabies, but one thing I like about being a man is I have so much testosterone. I use it, right? We're so powerful, some of us men. And sometimes to tune us down a little bit, sometimes this is for all of our men, all the men in the chat room. Sometimes to tune us down a little bit, all it takes is something small that we really want. Look, some of us men, maybe you might want some titties, booties, you want big booty, small booty, big titties, whatever. Maybe that's something you just want to put it in the side. You know what? I don't want that anymore. That's good. So you look at stuff like this, and you're watching this stream, and you're like, man, he's right. He's right. I want something every time. I want something to give me a thrill. And what's a good thrill? A good thrill is finding a good whiskey. Maybe a whiskey that you don't have. A good thrill is enjoying the new whiskey and seeing how it compares and goes along with your new stick. You can get a random stick and see how you like it. Little things, when you're a man, little things is what really makes you just appreciate things. You don't have to buy a house. You don't have to buy a Lambo. You don't have to have 5 or 10 girlfriends. No. A real man, all they want is simplicity. And simplicity is exactly what we have on the stream. Meat that I bought, beautiful thick pieces of meat. If they were thin, maybe I'd be buying some meat like regular steak, right? It's just such a good feeling, right? Having something that can make you feel good. A new bottle, it's all you need. Now that I'm talking about that, let me take this off the screen. And now that I'm talking about that, you don't need to spend the big bucks. We'll go. You don't need to spend the big bucks. We're gonna put this on. We're gonna take this off the screen. You don't need to spend the big bucks. You don't need to spend the big bucks, do you? Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. There's some men that have to spend the big bucks. I have a friend. He's a doctor. He has to spend the big bucks. If he doesn't waste all his money on something huge, I got him into fragrances, and now he buys fragrances that are like 400, 500 bucks. I got my close friend. He's a doctor. I got him into fragrances, and now all he buys is like for him because he gets a huge paycheck, right? He gets a huge paycheck, and his favorite. He never liked fragrances. He never liked fragrances. I told him, hey, look, man, try this Sahara fragrance. He goes, damn, it smells good. Next thing you know, the next day I see him, he bought another fragrance. I'm like, what you be buying? Now my close friend, he's a doctor. He has like 30 or 20, 25, about 25 fragrances. Each one of the fragrances that he has are expensive, 300 bucks, 400 bucks. But that's what it is. Some of us men want simplicity. And women don't understand that, right? Women, shout out to all the women and the ladies in the chat room. Shout out to the women and ladies in the chat room, okay? Let me say this. Here we go. But if you don't act like a man in the chat room, I'm just going to say that. It looks bad on the channel. It just looks bad on the channel. Looks bad on the channel. Shout out to member Oaken Agave. Shout out to member Oaken Agave. TBS. Oof. Florida Panthers are going to be playing. Yes, Florida Panthers are going to be playing. Oof. By the way, for some of you, I want to tell you all, for some of you, I know some of you like cryptocurrency, XRP. I've been talking about XRP and cryptocurrency. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Over here, Evan Williams, 17. So, new thing for all of you. Okay, this goes for Bob Loves Whiskey. Huge shout out to Who Dat in this chat room. Jesus. Who Dat. Huge shout out to Who Dat. Let me say it's American whiskey. This is what Who Dat needs to get. Who Dat, new whiskey. Look for the blue label. Okay, look for the blue label. We're going to finish this up right now. Here we go. Let's finish this up right now. Oof. Wait a minute. Before I finish this up. By the way, I'm probably going to refill this with, because having the big bottles on the screen, it's kind of a hassle, right? So I'm probably going to refill this with, because I have a lot of these bottles of 2023. I have a lot of those 2023 bottles. Over here, Who Dat says, oh, Andrew, what you say, Andrew? Good to see Ash in the chat room. We need more ladies in the chat room. We need more ladies in the chat room. Okay, let's by the way, Joe, you're in trouble, Joe. We're in trouble, Joe. Joe, you're in trouble. Joe! You be messaging everybody, Joe. That's what Trump said. You be messaging everybody, Joe. Chill out. That's what Trump said. Anyways, point of the matter is, oops. There you go. That's what Trump says. I'm not going to say what he said because Trump said, you're fired. But I'm not going to say that. Evan Williams, 1783. I'm going to say we had a great member. His name was Al Gordon. He's still a member. I'm going to say, sometimes, this is for Al Gordon. My man, I'm 60 years old too. And I don't like to be in. I just cut it off. I know Al Gordon also, Al Gordon, what's the words that I can use? I think Al Gordon was manipulated, but what am I going to do? Sometimes you need to cut some strings. Next thing you know, there's a gang going to the White House. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to cut it off before they go run into the White House. You need to cut it off. Here we go, drinkers up. There's 4 ranges that were taken away this weekend. Four ranges that were taken away this weekend. One range that was taken away was P-Cars. P-Cars, man, amazing guy. P-Cars is an amazing guy. Now, P-Cars, let me say this. P-Cars, he's a real estate agent. He's a multimillionaire. But the only reason why I took away P-Cars ranch is because he's a good guy. But I want to make sure to keep the ranges close. Right? I want to make sure that you guys are watching. Usually, if you're watching often, you have the ranch. You have to be supported to get a ranch. I took away P-Cars, and he's not gonna be. There's nothing bad. He knows that he's not on YouTube too much, but he is in the watch community. Shout out to the watch community. I just don't see P cars too often, and that's just one person I took away. Another wrench that I took away this weekend was another member that I haven't seen in a while. But the only issue that I took away the other wrench recently is because he reached out to me recently. I think it was 2-3 months ago, and he's going to be working full time. He's a complete great guy. His name is Bush. I took away his wrench because he told me about 2 or 3 months ago that he was going to be working, and he works at I believe FedEx. He's a fool. He controls like a huge amount of groups, and I don't want to give him that. I don't want to give him that feeling that he has to be here all the time. Okay, so another wrench that I took away. He's a great guy. If he gets a better schedule, he'll get the wrench back. I don't think he's going to get a better schedule. Another wrench that I took away. Sometimes you need to walk away. You just need to walk away from the stream sometimes. I took away a wrench from Al Gordon. He got really a little bit too wrapped up into one of my wrenches out here. One of our moderators was crying apparently. Too much crying. I was going to give a wrench away to somebody. And the thing is, what happened was, I was going to give back Joe Waters his wrench at the end of the week. Joe Waters has been a great, amazing support on the channel. But you have to understand, sometimes rotations, Aaron Rodgers can't give you, if you know about football, gentlemen, Aaron Rodgers is not going to give that Hail Mary all the time. You got to bench him. You got to bench Aaron Rodgers. You got to bench Eli Manning. That's why Eli Manning retired. You got to bench Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen sometimes got to be benched, you understand? Because he doesn't make Michael Jordan any better. Sometimes you gotta tell Steph Curry, you know what, you're not gonna make it to the finals. Sometimes you gotta tell Jimmy Butler in the NBA, you're not gonna get that contract. Sometimes you gotta tell Tiger Woods to stop drinking wine. You gotta tell Tiger Woods to stop drinking wine and driving. Okay? You're looking for too much nookie. Somebody got said. Okay? Somebody got said. So for Al Gordon, he's a great guy, but I'm gonna say this: I'm 60, he's 60. Al Gordon told me he's 60. I told him I'm 62. And the thing is, I don't want a 60-year-old man to be here and getting stressed out by one crybaby. Okay? One crybaby. I don't want it to happen. So for Joe Waters, I was going to give the wrench back. Maybe you might earn it back. We'll see. But for the meantime, Joe Waters, I'm going to say this. You got to be less emotional. Here we go. Let's smoke this up, and we're going to start cooking. We don't want to start a gang in the chat room, because if you know what happens, Joe Waters, you start a little gang. You're going to be, and then guess what? You start a little gang, and guess what? Donald Trump sends you to El Salvador. Yes, Donald Trump, yes. Donald Trump sends you to El Salvador, and you're going to be locked up. You're going to be locked up over there in El Salvador with all those people over there in El Salvador, You don't want that to happen, Joe Waters. Shout out to Joe Waters. He's a good sport. Joe Waters, thank you so much for supporting. Here we go. Let's smoke this up. In the fragrance community, I'm going to say this. You know what? The fragrance community, wow. The fragrance community has to say, there's one thing I got to say. If the fragrance community sold every YouTube channel in the fragrance community, he would, if Donald Trump had seen every channel in the fragrance community, he would have officially, if Donald Trump saw every channel in the fragrance community say, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, he'd say it 3 times in a row, big time. Man, I'm gonna say this. I don't even know if I drank this. Here we go. I went on a rant. Here we go, drink this up. Thank you so much. AM, one of our OGs. He says, beautiful ash. Now, this is the ashtray. Who dat? Here we go, who dat? Who dat? This is amazing. Beautiful ashtray, beautiful ashtray. Who dat is asking, she's confused. Who dat, don't be confused. Don't worry, the captain is here, the captain's here, the leader's here. The leader's here. The leader's here, the captain's here. What happens is, our last person that got the wrench taken away. Who dat? I'm not 60. Who dat? I'm not 60. I'm not 60. I'm not 60. Who dat? I'm not 60. It's an inside joke with me and Al Gordon. It's an inside joke with me and Al Gordon. Al Gordon, he told me he's 60, and I told him basically he should already know right now that I'm 62. I don't have time. I don't got time for no drama. Also, who dat also asked, I think she asked why Joe Waters, his wrench got taken away. Let me explain to you this. Okay? Who dat? Let me just explain to you this. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. I don't want to say too much. But the pinnacle of all pinnacles is literally this. Okay? If you're a rancher and you got your wrench taken away, okay? If you reach out to more than 3 people, okay? That means if you reach out to 6 people or 10 people and try to cry to them, it looks bad. It just looks bad. So Joe Waters, that's just what happened, okay? A lot of people told me, hey, did you know that he's reaching out to me? And they just way too much, man. Way too much, my youngster. Way too young. Way too much, my youngster. Here we go, drink this up. Way too young, my youngster. That's what young folks do. Young folks, they start talking to everybody. You know, we're not going to talk about that. This is an adult show. I'm getting dizzy thinking about it. Getting dizzy thinking about it. Man. Anyways. Whoa, so, for some of you that don't know, I'm going to say this. You know who's a real man in the chat room? AM. AM's a real man in the chat room. AM got taken his wrench away one time. One time. He's an OG. He's an OG here. AM has got his wrench taken away one time. He's an OG. He's a great guy. Great guy. It was a misunderstanding. Me and him. That's it. Me and him. We punched it out. We met each other in person. And that's it. We punched each other in the face. And we were good. Who fell? Well, none of us fell. That's the thing. Shout out to AM in the chat room. He didn't fall, I didn't fall. And then guess what? Shout out to AM. Guess what, AM? Then boom, I'm going to show you what happened. That's what happened. That's what real men do. Okay? So for all of you watching, that's not even a joke. That's what real men do. Okay? That's what real men do. He said his thing, and I said my thing. And for all of you, that's just what it is, okay? This is a real man. I have so much testosterone. By the way, I'm going to say this. This cigar is still with the same notes. I'm going to say for any of you that need a little bit of a boost of testosterone, have a good cigar. Okay, Money Burner, by the way, Bob Loves Whiskey asked what happened to Money Burner. Money Burner, he wanted to get away from YouTube. That's what it is. Money Burner, he was an OG too, Money Burner. If you don't know Money Burner he's in Canada. He got his wrench taken away because, well, he's just not going to use it. He stepped away from YouTube. And some people need to step away from YouTube, right? It was officially for him. He started a family. He had a kid. So Once you have a kid, look, man, I'm gonna say this. Shanna's a money burner. I talk to him once a month, at least once a month. He's doing good. Shanna's a money burner. I talk to him once a month, and he's an OG, right? He's an OG, but he did have to step away because he had a kid, and it's just amazing how you can go back to these streams. It's amazing you could go back to the streams. You could enjoy the times that you were here. You can enjoy the festivities. You can enjoy and have that feeling you had when you were on the stream. It's just, what's the word that I can say? What's the word I can say? It's a different feeling knowing that you know how you were talking maybe a year ago or maybe a couple of months ago or maybe 2 years ago, whatever it is. You look back at the stream, and that was Money Burner. Shout out to Money Burner, one of our great OGs in the chat room, right? One of our great OGs. AM OG, Edgar Romeo OG, and a couple other people in the chat room. Let's smoke this up. Bottlers whiskey. This is nice. This is getting a little bit a little bit too bitter. Shout out to who? Shout out to who that? Shout out to who that? But yeah, Money Burner. AM. AM is a great guy. He is a great guy. I said sorry. I said sorry to him. Usually you're not supposed to say sorry, but look, the word sorry, if you think about it, the word sorry really just, it makes you both understand that you're for some men, for the women you had to say sorry. But for some men, if you just say the word sorry, they know, if you say the word sorry for some men, they know, look, you shouldn't have said sorry, but you said sorry. Dang, we're in the same boat. We're good. And that's what it is with AM. Shout out to AM. But yeah, AM got his rents taken away a while ago. Now, the only reason why I took it away is because I just, me and him, just what it is. I said something, and that's it. I said something. I understand what I said. I know what I said. And I apologize. That's what it is. And the point of the matter is, I think he knows, I know, and that's all that matters. And we're great compadres, right? We're great compadres. Over here, Jim Beam. Winter Reserve, Winter Reserve, Winter Reserve. So I'm gonna put this on the stream right now because who Bombos Whiskey? Bombos Whiskey, open your goddamn Bombos Whiskey. I can't stand looking at you posting up pictures. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out right now, Bombos. Open your damn bottles. I don't give a damn if you post a photo in IG anymore. Don't get sentimental with what I say. But please, if you're posting up a photo on Instagram or if you're posting up a video, I don't want to see you doing this with a bottle that's closed. Open up the Bookers because the Bookers is really good. You only live once. Please open it up. Don't be posting up videos of bottles that are closed. Anyways, let's open this up. Jim Beam, Winter Reserve. Winter Reserve. Let's pop this open. Huge shout out to who that. Huge shout out to who that. Who that. Huge shout out to who that. Huge shout out to who that. Hope who that is still watching. I know who that. She got to feed her 10 dogs. BY Young. Good to see B Young. Good to see B Young in the chat room. Who that? Be careful, Joe Waters. Be careful with Joe Waters. He's like a shark. He'll end up in your DMs. Over here, AM. Over here, it says, I need it taken away to appreciate it. There you go. There you go. You see, that's a real man. That's a real man. There you go. There you go. That's a real man. I need it taken away to appreciate it. There you go. That's a real man. Shout out to AM. Shout out to AM. Shout out to AM. Who that? Who that? Who that? Over here, she says, I'm here. Don't let Joe Waters, don't let Joe Waters, don't let Joe Waters manipulate you. It's just what it is, Joe Waters. I want to be a good leader to you, Joe Waters. Okay, I want to be a good leader to you. I want to make sure you understand. Just because you're in a club, just because you're in a membership, please, just understand. Understand. Sometimes you need a little bit of, what's the words? You know what it is. Here we go. Drinks up. Let's start cooking. Let's start cooking. Let's start cooking. This is really. It's really good. I like it. Shout out to AM. Here we go. Let's start cooking up. I'm gonna start cooking this up. By the way, this is really good. This is really good with that stick. Over here we got a super chat. Super chat Reaper. I don't control the action of others. Joe Waters with a super chat. Reaper, I don't control the action of the man to man. Thank you for your stream. I don't have people follow me. Joe Waters, it's okay. It's okay. Joe Waters, thank you so much. It's okay, Joe Waters. It's all right. Joe Waters is okay. It's okay. Let it all out. Let it all out, Joe Waters. It's okay. It's okay, Joe Waters. Let it out. It's good to let it out sometimes, right? Good to, but if you're letting it out, make sure that nobody's around you. If you're letting it out, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta really, if you're letting it out, you gotta walk away from certain people. That way nobody smells it. Over here, officially, we're gonna do this over here. Boom. Oof. Oof. Let's turn up. Let's turn up. Ira Soto in the chat room. Good to see Ira Soto in the chat room. What time is it? I don't even know the time. Shout out to Ira Soto in the chat room. One of our great supporters. Ira Soto, if you don't know Ira Soto already, they call Ira Soto, what's the words I can say? Una mujer. That's what they say in, I think in Mexico. I think they say it like that in Mexico. I think that's how they do it. I'm not gonna do it again. So for some of you wishing for me to say that and scream it out again, I'm not gonna do that. It's one time rodeo. Here we go. We're gonna start cooking. Now for all of you, make sure, get this nice and hot. This is nice and hot already. Let's put this on the grill. Boom, bing, boom. Beautiful. Boom, bing, boom. Beautiful. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's get a little bit closer. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Yes, yes. Looks good. Shout out to all of you. Looks good. Looks good. For all of you watching, I'm going to say this. These are big pieces of meat. If you need to open up your grill all the way in the bottom, so you got a little bit more heat, do so. I'm loosening the charcoal. Whew. I'm still smoking this, but I'm gonna say this. The wrapper is pretty bad. Still a decent cigar. Still a decent stick. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Florida Panthers are currently playing. Shoutouts to the Florida Panthers. They're going to go all the way to the Stanley Cup unless the Washington Capitals stop them. Washington Capitals are really good. If there's two teams in the NHL that I can tell you that are going to win, Florida Panthers or the Washington Capitals. The perfect Stanley Cup would be literally Alexander Ovechkin winning the whole Stanley Cup. He broke the record for being the best player in the world. And I'm gonna say this: that's a hell of a feat. Good to see Bob Loves Whiskey. Great to see Bob Loves Whiskey off in the chat room. If you haven't subscribed to him personally, I'm gonna say it's Bob. Do some reviews, long videos. It doesn't have to be long, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. I want you to do a review of the new bottle, okay, the Bookers. Okay, do a review on the new Bookers. Oh, look at this. This is so bad. Look at this. You can see the binder. Look at the binder. You can see the binder. The wrapper is here. You can see the binder right here. Oof. What a bad construction. I did say at the beginning of the stream that this stick was a horrible construction. Here we go. Isn't it bad? The wrapper is horrible. I'm going to say this is why I said at the beginning of the stream, this stick doesn't have a good construction. My own cigar has a better construction than this. But Bob Loves Whiskey, do a video on that Bookers and title it just Bookers so-and-so review. Okay? What you could say is from a rookie, because people want to see that, right? People want to see rookies or newbies kind of try it out. That'll be good if you do that. That'll be good. Like not a professional whiskey enthusiast, somebody that's really, I think it would be amazing. Let's back up over here. Okay, that's oof. I'm seeing some pop. Here we go. So we have some of this heat going. You see, we're gonna make sure to put it where the flame is. Look at it, you see the flame is starting to get this. Put it where the flame is if you can. Pat this down, pat this down. Put it where the flame is where you can. I'm gonna try to put this as close as possible. I know the camera can't get this. Arisoto, good to see. Arisoto all day long, yes. Arisoto. So Arisoto, I'm drinking right now with this stick. Arisoto. Inexpensive Arisoto. This is Jim Beam, the Winter Reserve. The Winter Reserve, right? The Winter Reserve. This is good. It has a little bit of cinnamon. Real nice. I'm drinking this right now. So for some of you, let's pour this up. It's, I'm going to say this. It goes good. It goes good with the stick that I'm having, actually. The stick that I'm having doesn't have cinnamon or vanilla, so it goes really good. Here we go. I haven't had I don't know if Bombos Whiskey is still in the chat room. I haven't made a pulled pork. I haven't made pulled pork in a long time. Here you go. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to move it one more time. You see this? One more time. Just one more time. There we go. One more time. By the way, on this chat room, in the stream, huge shout outs to AM, huge shout outs to Hootie. Big shout outs to Hootie. Joe Waters, thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for being in the chat room. And also for anybody that sends super chats on the stream. Looks good, looks good. I don't want to get too close. But you see this? It's starting to burn some of my It's starting to burn some of my the seasoning. Look at that. I'll put it here one more time. Starting to burn some of the seasoning. I want it to be nice and burnt. I want to give it some crust, some beautiful crust, right? Oh, here. Let me drink a sip. Over here, Bob Lazuski. $5 super chat. Bob Lazuski, $5 super chat. Go Panthers! Yes. Bob Lazuski, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Go Panthers. I got the Panthers game. By the way, I'm using the Kingsford today. That's what I'm using. I'm using the Kingsford. Let me put this over here. I'm using the Kingsford. Using the Kingsford charcoal. That's what I'm using. I'm putting another light on here. For all of you. I'm putting another light on here for all of you. Find a review on that stick. Find a review on this stick. It's alright. It's decent. Would I buy it again? If I wanted something to go with my whiskeys, I would buy it again. Remember, I have my own cigar line. So, if I have my own cigar line, why the hell would I be buying other cigars? Only reason why I buy cigars is for all of you. Recently, it's only for all of you. And not only that, also, I like to, what's the word that I can use? I like to be inspired. I like to be inspired by having other companies' cigars. Okay? Let's say that. I like to be inspired by having other companies' cigars. And it's acceptable. It's acceptable to understand that sometimes you just gotta do something like that, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this on here on the top. Before anything, you see this fat? Gotta burn the fat. Gotta burn the fat. A little fat over here I gotta burn. Look at that. Good. Good. Okay. Now we're gonna do this one. Let's burn the fat. Let's burn the fat. There we go. Oof. Put it up here now. Ooh, this is getting real hot. It's getting so hot that you can see the flames. Oof. Wait, let's close this up a little bit. It's getting so hot that you can see the flames. You want to close this up when you start getting a little bit of flames. We're doing some beautiful pork chops. Huge shout out to Ira Soto. Man, huge support from Ira Soto in the chat room. Good to see her. Good to see her off. By the way, for all of you, Ira Soto, one of our ranches, she got us this. She got us this. I was so busy. Shout out to Ira Soto. She got us the Weber barbecue for the stream. She got us a Weber barbecue for the stream. It's an expensive barbecue. I was trying to figure out what barbecue to get. I've been so busy. I was so busy. They didn't have any of these near me. And she surprised me and she got this. And this is what we've been using on our stream. Huge shout out to Ira Soto. Okay? If you think some of our ranches are worthless, no. All our ranches are amazing. All the ranches are amazing. And our Soto is great. Who Dat? Shout out to Who Dat. Shout out to Farm Kitty, April, Neil in the chat room. Bob loves whiskey. Okay, so I'm putting on the rack up there. Reason why I'm putting on the rack is because I need this. I need this pork to get into the internal temperature to get cooked. Please understand when you're doing pork. Please understand. Okay? When you're doing pork chops, you got to make sure that the internal temperature is nice and cooked. Okay, nice and cooked. We're going to do the Winter Reserve. We're going to drink it again. It's actually really good. As a matter of fact, I can't smoke the rest of the cigar. I don't think I want to smoke the rest of the cigar. By the way, I'm going to open this up because the temperature is really getting... It's getting really, really over here. Beautiful. Gotta open this up. Make sure. You don't want too much heat. You don't want too much heat on this. I don't want this to be nasty. Good. Open this up. Make sure. Let's open it up. Good. The temperature's starting to go down. It just beamed. The temperature's going down. Here we go. The temperature was going lower and lower. I mean, higher and higher and higher. You got to make sure to stabilize that temperature. So far, so good. So far, so good. Make sure the internal temperature of that pork chop gets nice. Gets really nice. So, out of all the whiskeys today, I think we had, I don't know how many whiskeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 whiskeys. This is inexpensive, and it goes really good with that stick. Damn, the temperature is insane. I think I'm gonna have to keep this open. The temperature is really insane. Temperature is really insane. I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure to move some of this. Temperature too insane. Let's move some of this. That temperature is way, way insane. Way, 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 way insane. We're gonna keep this in a minute, but that temperature is way, way insane. Holy crap, that temperature is insane. There we go. Some of the temperature start easing off. That's good. The temperature is easing off a little bit. Going a little bit lower. That's fine. It's good. Arisoto. Arisoto. If you want me to drink tequila, you know what you gotta do. I don't want to drink tequila though. Honestly, I don't want to drink tequila. I don't even know why I said that. No tequila, please. Drink this. No tequila. Let me get a wooden blanket. Here we go. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put a little bit of because since I overheated I don't know why it's getting overheated. It's getting overheated. Oh man, I'm gonna say this. It's okay if it gets over here, no big deal. But the thing is, it's kind of a big deal for me because I want to have some juicy pork chops. And to have juicy pork chops, I got to make sure that the barbecue doesn't get overheated. If it gets overheated, these pork chops will be really, really dry. And to prevent that, I could help you out, to help you out. These pork chops are looking beautiful. Here we go. Let me just show you. The flavors of the charcoal is here. Oh, look at it dripping. Ooh. Okay, so this is beautiful, right? But I do need to say, I need to add something on here. And to get it juicier, I'm going to put a little bit of butter. Now, I'm going to say this. The charcoals are actually beaming out all the way to the middle. So I'm going to put this as far away from the charcoal as I can. Let's see. I'm going to put these as far away from the charcoal as I can. You don't want to eat not juicy pork chops. So to make it juicier a little bit, I'm going to put this. I usually don't put this, but I'm going to put it now. Okay, you gotta use it's so I'm gonna say this. It's so hot. Reason why it's so hot because the juices of the pork chops are starting to drizzle down. I have to use this. I burned myself already like 5 times today. I think I burned myself again. Burned myself here. I burned myself with another hand. That's what it is. If you're doing a stream, oh my lord. Look at this. It's creeping up. It's creeping up. You see this? That's because the butter is falling into. Oof. Let me open this up. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna let that butter. Holy Lord. Let that butter sizzle in. What I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna do something. This charcoal is actually killing me. This charcoal is killing me a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move all the charcoal to the right side. You saw what I just did? Good. You learned something. Ah! No! All right, good. Okay, this is. I'm gonna say this is a hard stream right now. Oh, the charcoal, I had to put it away. Over here, I'm gonna put it in the middle. Good. You know what I want to eat right now before I even ate this? I want to eat high hop. Damn, I want to eat high hop. Man, I want to eat high hop. Pancakes. I hop pancakes. Oof. I hop pancakes. Blueberry pancakes. I want to have some IHOP pancakes. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that the internal temperature gets nice. It's already creeping up. I'm gonna give it less than 5 minutes, and we're gonna take this off. Okay, less than 5 minutes, and we're gonna take this off. Less than 5 minutes. We're almost at on the stream. On the stream, we should be at. We're at $90. $90 on the stream. 90. I think I'm gonna drink. What am I gonna drink? I'm gonna drink the rest of this. So this Jim Beam, it goes really good with that stick. Really, really good with that stick. Man, when I finish this one, I'm gonna get a big one. Okay, it should be good. It should be good already. Look how it's oof. Should be good already. So what I'm gonna do is this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay. All you have to do, use a thermometer. If you don't have a thermometer, do this. This is what you're gonna do. If you don't have a thermometer, you see that? Oh, it's good to go. It's good to go. Here we go. Let's take a, ooh, that's juicy. That's good to go. Let's see this other one. Ooh. This one also is good to go. I'm burning the sides a little bit more. These sides are good. The sides beautiful. Make sure it's nice and burnt so you can get those flavors. Okay, so we're done with this. What I'd like to do is sometimes with the rack, I flip it. And I flip it and I put it right here by the flame so it just melts off. The top of this grill's so hot that I'm gonna have to use. If you haven't already, hit that like button, have it. Man, I'm burnt to the crisp. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's good. It's good, baby. It's bueno, man. Aristotle says that I should take a nap. I should take a nap 100%. After this stream, maybe I'm going to take a nap. That's a good one. That's a good one, okay. So, look at that. That is, ooh. Ooh. Look at this. Damn. 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 You know what? I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate. Let's celebrate. We should celebrate, yes? We should celebrate. Want to say, oh man, nice and burnt up. Look at the sides. You got to burn up the sides. That's the only way to do it. It's beautiful. I want to celebrate. And to celebrate, I didn't buy wine. I didn't buy wine. I didn't buy wine. I didn't buy wine, but I haven't had a beer in a long time. I haven't had a beer in a long time. So to celebrate this stream, I'm gonna drink a beer. Oof. To celebrate this stream, I'm gonna drink an expensive beer. Let's celebrate. Oh, look, I burned myself here. To celebrate this stream, I'm gonna drink a beer. We're gonna drink a beer. I'm gonna take this off the screen because just not the whiskey I want to show right now. Let's put that whiskey away. Let's put that right there. Am I still smoking this? No, as a matter of fact, I'm not. Still not smoking. I'm gonna light up maybe right now. What I'm gonna do is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this over here. You know what? Let's just put this over here. You know what? I'm gonna put this in my oven so it doesn't get. Here we go. I'll put this in my oven. So look at this. Dang. I'm put this in my oven so it doesn't get cold. For all of you today, yes, Florida Panthers are playing. They're playing against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and usually when I go to the what is it called? When I go to the arena, I usually get whatever they have. I usually get what is it I get at the arena? I forgot what it's called that I get. Coors. That's what I drink. Coors Light or Miller Lite. I don't drink Bud Light. So today, since I'm going to be eating, shout out to the chat room, shout out to the chat room. Ripper Crew, you know what time it is. We're number one. Shout out to the chat room. So I want to make this an epic day. Who dat, who dat, who dat. Shout out to who dat, who dat, who dat, who dat. I'm going to say this. Shout out to who dat. So I'm going to be officially doing this, right? I'm going to be drinking this up. Let's pop this open. Let's pop this open. Let's pop this open. Coors. Who dat is drinking Coors Light? Good to see. Who dat drinking Coors Light? I'm going to say this, it's better than Coors Light. Who dat, if you ever go to a big store, big chain store, all you have to tell them is, this is what you get to tell the manager. Hey, manager, I have big money. I got big money. I want to buy a box. Can you get me a box of this? You're gonna say sure. A box of this is gonna cost you $120. I think you get I think you get nine of these. You get nine of these, okay? Orion, the Okinawa draft. And here we go, who dat? The best beer you can get, who dat? I only want to show you the best. I only want to show you the best. Here we go. So I'm watching the Florida Panthers. I'm gonna say this. April O'Neil. Here we go, April O'Neil. Here you go, April O'Neil. Let's drink this up. Oof. Oof. It's good, April. Isn't that good, April? I think April likes beer. Who that says, Reaper, what is the Orion beer from? This is from Japan. You have to understand, okay, Japan did bomb us. They bombed us in Pearl Harbor. But the new people, the new people out here, right? The next generation, they made one of the best beers ever. The past of the past. I'm going to say this, Houdan, for all of you. The past of the past. I'm an American, and I do know that I'm drinking a Japanese beer. But we have to say it like this. If they make good stuff, if any country out there makes good stuff, I will show it on the stream. And I'm going to say this. I love our president. I love what he's doing. I'm going to say this. I love the Florida Panthers. But I'm going to say this. This beer is the first beer I've had in April. Is the first beer I've had in April. This is outstanding. Best beer you can have. Best beer. Ooh. Best beer you can have. I like to pop this over here like this. Best beer you can have. Literally. It's almost like a better Coors Light. Most of Japan, they specialize in rice lagers. Good Joe Waters in the chat room says rice is. Most of Japan specializes in like rice lagers, but you're not going to be able to tell the difference. You're going to taste, you're going to say, dang, this is good. Who got me into this was, I think there was two people. I don't know who was. One of them was Tater Dom. And I ended up buying a whole box of this. I bought a whole box of this. It's that good. I bought a whole box of that. That's how good it is. I bought a whole box of that. That's how good it is. It's real good. Real good. Bought a whole box. Ooh, what a stream, man. What a stream today. Always a little bit calm, collective. Uh-oh, where's my lighter? Let me finish up the rest of this. If you guys see this beer, buy it. I guarantee you it's going to be better than any American beer you had. It's so crispy. It's so beautiful. It's so good. I can't even explain it to you. You have to have it. Let me light the rest of this. What I tend to like to do is cut the rest of this here, but you know what? This is looking dookie. Final review of this stick. It's decent. That's all I had to say. If it's real bad, if it's real bad, I'll tell you if it's real bad. It's decent. Are my own cigars better than this? Of course. My own cigars is a mile better than this. Man, this is. What's the word I can use for this? What's the word that I can use for this? Would I buy it again? Look, if it was something I wanted to pair up with whiskey, obviously I would buy it again. But for some of you, I think for some of you that are new, it would be a good entry to mix it with different whiskeys, right? With different whiskeys, it'd be a good one. Let me see how it tastes like with beer. Oof. Who that? Oof. Coors Line. Oof. Maybe we got something. Maybe we got something. A little bit of beer. A little bit of the stogie. A little bit of the stogie. Over here, a little bit of beer, a little bit of stogie. Over here, Arisoto G4 Reposado, the best Reposado you can get. G4 Reposado. I'm so glad that Arisoto bought the G4 Reposado. G4 Reposado is like my favorite Reposado. There's a couple of Reposados I'm favorite. You guys know La Gringota. La Gringota. One of my favorites. But G4 Reposado is my number one favorite. My number two favorite Reposado. Number two favorite Reposado is, oof, dang. I don't want to say number two because it's going to be a dilemma. It's going to be a dilemma. Number two, oof, it's going to be a dilemma. But you know number three. Number three, La Gringota. La Gringota. La Gringota. Arisoto knows what it takes for me to drink a tequila. I think Arisoto waits for me to drink something so I can mix it with tequila to send a super chat. Usually, I think that's what she usually does. I'm drinking beer now. I can't go to tequila. I can't go to. By the way, if you don't have a torch, my big recommendation, if you don't have a torch, you can use a match. Only thing is with the matches, when it comes to cigars, I'm going to say this. If you're using, oof. If you're using a match, okay, make sure, let me show you how to do it. Make sure when you line this up, make sure to let it get to the middle or almost away from. There you go. Now you can start putting on the cigar. When the wood starts hitting with that flame, you can start putting on the cigar. Don't use the tip. Don't use the tip. Let it get to the wood. All right? Let it get to the wood. That's if you guys can't find a good. That's if you guys can't find a good torch. Small little. Small little torch. By the way, I do want to say this is my favorite water. I don't know if I have any way. I have a little bit of water here. I don't have a lot of water. Have a little water to the side. This is my favorite water in the world. This is my favorite water in the world. I really like this water. It's really good. You guys already know. That's why I'm putting it on here. Really like this. I'm going to say this. Shout out to Florida Panthers. Oof, this Orion. That Orion beer is really good. Really nice. If I could say something on the street that'll make you cling on to a product, the product that I want to give you on the stream will be that Jim Beam. That Jim Beam that I showed, extra good. Really, really good. That Jim Beam that I showed you guys on the stream, really good. I recommend you to definitely try your best to buy one. Don't be embarrassed on the price. Don't be embarrassed on the price because it's really good. Don't be embarrassed on the price. Really good. It goes good with a cigar. Don't be embarrassed on the price. It's really good. It goes good with a stick. Really nice with a stick. It's the Winter Reserve, right? Again, it's not winter out here. It's not. It's really. It's a little bit humid out here. Shout out to Who Dat. Hey, Who Dat over here in the chat room. Shout out to Who Dat. That's a really good stick. When you're having it with a good whiskey, it's decent though. It's decent. The stick is decent. You know what? It's the end of the line for this stick. I think it's the end of the line for this stick. I don't think I want to have it anymore. I beat it up. It's already beat up. I can see it. Look at. Oh. It's the end of the line for that stick. It's the end of the line for that stick. It's the end of the line for that stick. The end of the line for that stick. It's the end of the line for that stick. I'm going to show you a little tutorial what you could do when you have a cigar that you've been smoking. Right? If you've been smoking a cigar, maybe in the morning, say you smoked it in the morning. Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what you can do. Okay? It's going to be a pro tip. All right, pro tip. I'm going to just show you. So, I'm going to give you an example. Say you've been smoking. You smoked a cigar in the morning, right? You smoked a cigar in the morning. You had to leave. You had to go to work. You take this inside, but you have this stick, and it's in this stick. Oof. It's in this stick, right? It's in the stick. I'm going to show you officially right now at the end, close to the end of the stream, what you can do to make this the stick you could have for later on the afternoon. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what you got to do. First off, you need some cutters. You don't only need cutters. You could use a chopper. Okay, you can use a chopper. Let's look this up. Okay, so first thing is first. Let's get this a little bit down. First things first. Here we go. First things first. There you go. First things first. Cut the tip. Also, here's another recommendation for all of you. Say you're smoking this up in the morning. You gotta leave the house. Emergency. You come back, but you notice the top of your stick, it's super, super wet. Now this is not super wet, right? I didn't have no, I didn't have no buttery lips. I didn't have no buttery lips in the morning, right? I'm not gonna cut that. But if you do cut that, remember there's a cap. There's a certain line. You could cut above that. You could cut above that if you want to. Point of matter is you cut this already, right? You cut this already. You cut this already. This is for anybody that's smoking a stick in the morning and you want to smoke it in the afternoon or at nighttime. So cut the tip of that. All right, cut the tip of that. Nice clean cut. Doesn't matter if it's sideways, a little bit sideways. No big deal. The main thing is to look at the tip of your stick. If it's wet, shout out to our soldier, shout out to April, Neil, Farm Kitty, all the ladies. If it's wet, if the tip is wet, cut it. Cut it! If the tip is wet, cut it. This is not wet. So I'm gonna use this. But if it was wet, I would cut above this line. I'm gonna try to show you over here. You see the line? There's a line, little line. That's where the cap starts. The cap starts and it goes over. Okay, it's not wet because I didn't have buttery lips in the morning. This morning I had dry lips. I had cotton mouth this morning. Had cotton mouth. By the way, I just want to say this. If I'm streaming, it's hard for me to light this up. You want to do it sideways, okay? So don't do it directly to the stick. Do it sideways. Let me show you. It's hard to do it on the stream. Damn, that's good. Now that's a stick. That's a stick. That's a stick. That's a stick. You can smoke this up again, and you still get the full flavor. Sometimes it's just a little bit stronger. Sometimes depends on how long you had it. Sitting around after you smoked it. Remember, every time you smoke it up, it goes, all the flavors go through here, and also the flames go to the tobacco. So, preferably, if you smoke it up the first time, try to smoke it up the first time. But you could still smoke up your stick if you didn't have time and you wanted to smoke it up the next 2 days. 24 hours is the max, I would tell you. 24 hours is the max, I would tell you. That your stick would be good enough to smoke up 24 hours. And there you go. That's how easy it is. Okay, I showed you how to do a stick that you had in the morning. You could have at night or in the afternoon. This one I was having in the morning. Is this better than the stick that I had in the stream? Yes, it's better. By the way, look at the beautiful. By the way, I'm going to show you the beautiful. Look at this, man. King. I'm king. Yes. I'm king. This is the Aston ashtray. Let me drink this up. Oof. Oh my God, banana and butterscotch are mine. Who that's getting me? Who that's getting me hyped up? We're gonna end the stream now. For all of you watching, we're gonna end the stream now. I gotta eat, and I had to see the Florida Panthers game. Huge shout outs to all of you. We got a huge super chat from Who Dat today. Thank you so much, Who Dat, for adding to the stream. April Neal, Ira Soto. Also, we have Joe and Filter in the stream. Good to see Joe and Filter in the stream. Shout out to Joe and Filter. I want to give Joe and Filter the. Man, I want to. Joe and Filter, you know what? This summer, yes. Shout out to Who Dat, shout out to Farm Kitty, shout out to Edgar Romeo in the stream today. Shout out to everybody that has been adding to the stream AM and everybody that's been in here. Thank you everybody tuning in. Shout outs to the USA. Shout out to U.S. Marines, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, and the U.S. Space Force battling the aliens over there in the moon. Shout outs to the Florida Panthers, and you shout outs to this water, man. This water is amazing. Underrated. Why is it underrated? Because maybe some people out here in the whiskey community haven't had a stick with this. This is really, really good. This is really, really good. I do gotta say, inexpensive. Jim Beam Products might be the best inexpensive whiskey you could have with a good stick. Make sure, for all of you watching, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to be doing members only stream, and I'm going to do a main stream. Oof, this is good. For all of you watching, Friday is tomorrow. We're going to be streaming tomorrow. Don't forget, we stream as much as I can, almost every day. Thank you for tuning in to the stream. Huge shout out to our associate in the chat room. Arepa officially signing out. Who's going to be the last one I see in the chat room? Comment to the chat room. Who's going to be the last one I see in the chat room? And don't forget to comment after this video. I'm going to post up some short videos tonight. I haven't posted up any short videos today. I'll see you all soon. Who's the last one I see in the chat room? Our Soto, Farm Kitty. Ladies, Reaper Crew. You know what time it is? We're number one. I'll see you soon. Joe Unfiltered. I see you, Joe Unfiltered. Reaper signing out.